welcome back to a new season of HLTV Fantasy. And I apologize for my absence for the first fantasy because I was really sick, and I finally have my voice back, so I can finally talk because I couldn't really say more than 2 words without coughing my lungs out. So now I actually feel good, and it's time to do our regular thing and just dive into HLT Fantasy. Obviously, I still made a team, and some of you might be interested. Some of you might see my team already, but this is what my team was like. I have to admit, I was 100% sure that Navi gonna win their group, and they did. On the other side, I was expecting NIP to upset G2, and I was expecting Hat-Trick to kind of do what Monacy did, but well, I was wrong. Monacy is still the baby goat, and I admit my mistake. So Hat-Trick kind of got me -9 points, and VP was actually easy pick because they were obviously the best team on their side of the bracket, even though Cloud9 was there, but still VP, still right now, I'd say they are top 3 team. Obviously, after Vitality and FaZe, I think VP right now is clearly the third team. The rankings don't show this yet, but for me, VP are the third ranked team right now. Regarding the Astralis hype, I was expecting them to do well as well, and this was my gamble: either Hat-Trick or Astralis player, and obviously I picked Hat-Trick, so that was wrong. Should have picked Astralis player, but it is what it is. We move on, and FaZe. That was just classic FaZe, when they don't care what's gonna happen. And again, Game Allegiant, same as last season. Like, losing to Game Allegiant is just, it is what it is. As a FaZe fan, you just know when they face each other. Like the first time, most likely FaZe gonna lose. The second time, just gonna demolish them. So yeah, at the end of the day, 11%. Barely missed out on top 10. So it is what it is. Gained my 12 points to start the season. In terms of boosters and rolls, 45 on boosters. Not that bad, but could have been better. Yeah, boosters actually 16%. So in general, it wasn't the worst fantasy. So yeah, now with this one done, let's just dive into the bracket. And let's start with the most obvious ones. On top, Cloud9 gonna face Rebels, and obviously I don't think that Rebels have any chance. Uh, right now, Cloud9 probably gonna be very angry with their performance, and Electronic, I think he's kinda getting tilted right now, a little bit more than we kinda expect from him. Perfecto's been doing great. Axile, the fall continues. Uh, right now, if you thinking about picking any Cloud9 players, like obviously, if we look at the pricing, then Electronic is probably too expensive to pick in Cloud9. Perfecto is great value, 208. Axile, I believe that he will have a performance where he just gonna out outshine everyone and just gonna be posting mad numbers, but I don't think it's gonna be this event. So Cloud9, I would avoid Axile. On the other side, Boomwitch and Hobbit. If you want to go for double Cloud9, this is probably your best goal. Just combine them two, because first game Boomwitch has a pretty good chance of going nuclear on one of the maps and just farm rebels. Um, on the second map, Hobbit has kind of probably the same option, because if they're gonna play something like Vertigo or Nobis in one of the maps, then Hobbit has a pretty good chance of posting pretty good numbers. So if they both pop up in one of the games, you are kind of guaranteeing yourself a top 10 appearance if you don't screw up with other picks. And if you have some really good picks in, I don't know, other three slots, then top five, top three is pretty good chance. On the other side, let's go for Eternal Fire versus Bad Boom team. Um, mm, I'd say right now Bad Boom is slight favorite, even though in rankings they basically next to each other, because we haven't seen anything from Eternal Fire for quite some time. But just purely looking at the players, Bad Boom is definitely ahead in terms of play capability. Yes, Xantares is still great, and this current version of Counter Strike is actually, uh, I would say, glorifying headshot shooters. So he has pretty good chance of going nuclear, but is it going to be enough of just Xantares posting 1.6 rating when Chiron, Siren, Zorte on the other side can do basically the same? And Vicadia, yes, there's a potential in this guy, but is it gonna be now? I don't think so, because once again, if Eternal Fire beat Bad Boom, then they have pretty good chance of destroying Cloud9 as well, because Xantares, he's weak against good Opus, but if he has to take aim duels with any other rifle, then he has pretty good advantage. So if you are willing to gamble on Eternal Fire, then probably picking Centaurus is the best option you can go for. And I think he was like 225-ish K. Can't see him. Wait, okay. 220. 220 for Centaurus and Wicadia for 208. If you want to gamble on Eternal Fire, then this is really good option because they do have a good chance of upsetting in this side of the bracket. Uh, Bad Boom, same story. Um, if Zorte plays on his level, then Eternal Fire won't stand a chance. Uh, Chiron, it's time for him to actually show that he's not really forgotten, that we still remember him, right? And that he's worth all the hype that was happening around him before VP took him on board. And 103 rating, I don't know. Like for 192K, it's actually great value. And for me, it's kind of the same. I expect Chiron to go nuclear in one of the events. I'm not sure if it's going to be this one or it's going to be one of the next events, but now is actually a great choice to try and pick him because if Bad Boom continues over here, then obviously they're gonna probably drop down either if they lose against Cloud9 or they're just gonna continue straight away. And in that case, he should be pretty good. Azorta for 212 is again great price if you're gambling on Bad Boom. And if you're gambling on Bad Boom, this combination of Zorte and not Siren, where is he? And Chiron is actually pretty juicy. You have two potentially 1.5, 1.6 rating players on your team for slightly more than average price of 200K. It's actually a really good bargain. But let's just continue and just purely looking at how it's gonna look for me, then it should be Cloud9 going over here, and I still gonna give more credit to Bedboom, and I expect Bedboom to advance here. And in a matchup between Cloud9 and Bedboom, it's probably gonna be pretty close game, but right now I think the experience and just a bigger name will actually work in a favor of Cloud9. However, Bedboom, they have no pressure on their shoulders, On the other side, Cloud9, after a disappointing event, they actually can drop out and just potentially be one of the biggest upsets and just miss out on Katowice at all, right? I'm not going to be surprised if we see Cloud9 losing to Bad Boom, and then in a lower bracket, let's say they're going to face someone like, here we go, Heroic Astralis probably going to beat them here, Ents probably going to beat them, and then Ents versus Cloud9, like, potentially this can be a matchup where anything can happen, and just because it's Katowice and like Polish guys, they will try their best. I think it's a pretty good chance for Cloud9 to be the team that's gonna upset everyone and just gonna be knocked out, not even qualifying for the main stage. So once again, Cloud9, I will probably miss out on Cloud9 players, and Bad Boom, I will consider picking Chiron or Zorte just in case of an upset. Now, the juiciest part of the play-in, another derby of Heroic versus Astralis, and now Astralis probably going to be just demolishing Heroic, and I actually think that Astralis is a top 5 team, not top 20. And yeah, now we just need to figure out if prices are actually worth what we potentially can expect. Because Star is 194. He had a couple of pretty good ratings, but let's be honest, it was Blast, and in an event where no one is really getting eliminated and just going for the second chance of the second chance, uh, teams don't really play the optimal game. So players like Star and like some other players, they actually had a pretty good chance of showing good numbers. Now, do I think that it's gonna be the one game as always where Mr. Blamev just carries, or Star can actually start performing on the level we expect? Because for me, it still looks like Blame F, despite that he's the IGL, he still kind of prioritizes his aggressive plays and just being a star player. Like, even though he's an IGL star player, for me, it's probably going to be the time where he kind of have to step a little bit away and give uh, more freedom to someone like Stone or even Jabi, because we know that Jabi has a lot of potential, and it's probably gonna be Jabi or Stone that actually gonna play really really well in a play-in and probably in the main stage, because I expect Astralis to go all the way at least in the semi-final, to be honest. And now we just need to find out which player is going to be the one that's going to be responsible for the most I don't know, top ratings throughout this time. Like, because this team has actually the potential of like playing 5 games, and each of those games a different player is going to be uh, on top of the scoreboard. Like, Device can just absolutely go nuclear, Blame Out just can destroy everyone, Jabi can be the main guy, Stone can actually have a good game, and yeah, I think that it is the time where these boys have to actually start doing something, because expectations top level right now, delivery is kind of at the bottom of the barrel. So my first pick is going to be Jabi, because I believe in this guy, and I think that for 199 it's a bargain, so I just have to lock him. um so yeah, Astralis going all the way. For me, it's not even a question. Now ends big. Is there potential upset? Yes. um ends, I still kind of have more faith in ends over big, so I'm gonna I'm gonna prioritize ends just because it's gonna be Katowice. And actually, big can go for an upset, but in this case, I still believe in ends. And then obviously ends gonna drop down to a lower bracket because they will have to face Astralis. Um, Now probably the the point where we have to come to a conclusion that Furia is just a PR team and is not really trying to get anywhere with the current lineup, and they just farming money right now. Yuri for 209 is still a bit too much. Xerato for 215, uh, where they have to play against Mongols, where Mongols obviously can upset. And yeah, I do believe in Fury in this occasion, and Fallen for 185 playing against Mongols has a really good chance of just picking the correct position and just destroying them all. 185 for Fallen is great price, but if I remember correctly, then Fallen is one of the most picked players. And if we even consider that, yes, they're going to destroy Mongols, Fallen going to have something like a 1.6 rating, then next game is going to be against Spirit. And against Spirit, I don't think they stand a chance. Because Apex, uh, with all the respect, right now, they're not even close to what they were during the major. Um, so Noak, yes, great potential. JKM, consistent. Kakanito, underperforming. Sense, I see some potential in this kid, but I think it's too early to judge. And Stiko, obviously, he just came back from his retirement, and yeah, I don't know if he's gonna be even ready to do anything. And if we're gonna consider that the lower bracket game is gonna be Mongols against Apex, then for me, it's gonna be clear that Mongols gonna have the edge in this one. So in this one, Spirit gonna fight against Furia, and I think that Spirit is just gonna destroy them. Uh, is it gonna be Baby Dunk that's is gonna destroy them? I don't know. Is it gonna be Shiro that's gonna farm everyone? That's a pretty good chance. And 223k for Shiro is a decent price. But once again, um, as I already mentioned, we have Virtus VP in this plane, and I rate VP as the top three team right now, even though a lot of people kind of criticizing me for his performances and that he potentially isn't like really a suitable player for this lineup, which I disagree with. I think Mir is a great player for this lineup. He just doing everything that this lineup needs, and we can see that even Norbert is playing great, having me on the team. Yes, Fame kinda underperforming right now, but Flit on the other side is extremely productive right now. James was considering to move to rifle, but once again, there is no need for that because the team right now is actually playing great. In terms of enjoyment, no, nobody enjoys their games. But in terms of result, VP is just a killer, just a killer team. So once again, I'm gonna pick Flit, and probably the best option is picking either Norbert or Fame because both of them can post really good numbers. But I'll try to save up some money and I'll just lock Mirror here. And I have 372 left. And once again, for me, now it's time to actually have a look and get some filler players. So my main gamble, not really gamble, but my main bet is on VP because it's going to be Gamer Legion on this side of the bracket that's going to be beating M80 without any doubts because what's his name? Uh, Monks, I think. Yeah, he has some mental issues, and with the recent results of another player um, passing away, they kind of have to take it serious, and Def's going to be standing in. So I don't think Amati will have any chance. And even against Rooster, I think they're still gonna drop out. Uh, Game of Legion against VP, obviously, uh, I don't believe in Game of Legion, so it's gonna be 2-0, 2-0, and we're just gonna move on. Actually, this is gonna be best of one. This I'm expecting this game to be pretty quick. So quick quick game, and then this one's probably gonna be quick one as well. So now, in terms of which players do I want to see on my team, um, I believe that Chopper has really good option of just bringing some decent points because he will be playing against first against Apex, then against Furia, and Chopper can actually frag. And now I have 188k left, which leaves me with kind of an option of picking a Fallen or trying to go for some other cheaper option. Big, uh, big once again they're playing Ants, then they're gonna play Heroic. Like big players are not worth it. Mongols 178 for Mizinho is a good option. Heroic players, Kicks and Shush, I don't know. Glaive again, not worth picking. So only because of that, unfortunately, I have to say goodbye to Chopper, and I think I have to go with my gut feeling and just go for uh, Chiron. And now I need to just have a really cheap player joining my team. Um, Once again, do I believe in Apex beating Mongols? No. So Apex players not worth it. My other option is Mizinho, which obviously, with me saying that I will prioritize Mongols over Apex, and then potentially there's a chance they're going to be playing against someone like Gamer Legion later on or some other team. We don't know yet who's going to face who, uh, and there's no other options. So I'm not that crazy to go for Rebels or Rooster players, so probably Mizinho is actually the only pick that is affordable to me. And if we look for 207k replacement for me, can't really find anything. So other than going for one of these boys or Magics or whatever, but once again, if if I replace me and let's say Mizinho, if I try to go for more or less kind of stable lineup for 385 right now and try to fit, let's say, Chopper right now, too far, where is it? Chopper, then I can try to fit Magics as well. And do I want this? It makes sense. But on the other side, I believe that VP is just going to destroy everyone. And once again, Spirit should be doing well, but Um, Magix isn't a player that actually performs great. On the other side, Zontix does perform good. And do I really want to risk for locking, let's say, Zontix and spending 177k on someone like, what is it, Mizinho? Can't even lock him. Like, there's no other options. But I do want to have Kyron on my team. So for me, it makes sense to actually go for um, double spirit, magics, and chopper, and just hope that they just gonna have some basic numbers. They're just gonna be positive, and Fleet hopefully gonna destroy. Chiron gonna go for an upset and just gonna outperform most of the players in this bracket, and they're gonna be destroyed the Eternal Fire. Let's hope for that. And Jabi, let's hope for the best, and let's hope he gets some great ratings. Um, yeah, so this isn't really like a winning team. This is basically a team that's is aimed to hit like top 10% again. Like with some good results, I can obviously have something better than that. But let's just log this and see the event overview and like most big players, which is obviously Chopper and Dong, Jabi, like Norbert Mir, Boomage, like all these players, right? So out of all these top pick players, I have two, and then the gamble is obviously Fleet, Chiron, and let's hope Magic's gonna have some good ratings. Like I haven't seen him like doing really well in a long time. And for me, unfortunately, right now there are two players that in 2023 and 2024 are kind of dropping the bomb and just performing way worse than we all expect. Is Magic's and its Exile. These two players are just disappointing. Uh, so, do I want to keep Magic's? I believe I have to, because it's probably actually. You know what? Let me just try one more thing. Uh, but Nafani then is snacks star diha. No, I think I'll stick to this, and we'll just hope, and that's it. Yeah. So yeah. Um. Now with the roles, right? Flit is obviously going to be my multi-fragger. Chiron, very aggressive. Let's hope for the entries, and IGLing on Spirit Player is not the best idea. Supportive element is already on Chopper, which we can remove and give him eco-friendly and support on Magic. So this is all I'm expecting. So top of the scoreboard, Chiron, uh, Bait, Magic's assist versus Apex, and yeah, this is the lineup I'm gonna go for, and yeah, this is gonna be the one. So as always, good luck, have fun, and enjoy the new season. See ya.